Hi everybody, a few months ago I posted a picture onto Instagram. You all DM'd me, you messaged on that post, and you also sent me separate emails about wanting me to recreate the whole look for you. It was a makeup look that I did which complemented my Sabyasachi Saree, and it was all colours around a sea green, teal and deep sort of pink and plum colours. I wanted to put that all together here for you because I know you've been eagerly waiting for it, and to also kickstart the summer season of any events that you might be going to. So I've prepped my skin, I've curled my lashes, I've got the Dr. lip balm on my lips as well as a treatment, and I'm going to go straight in with correctors, concealers, foundation, and then also with my powder base. I've got the Tarte Cosmetics corrector here. It's a concealer as well, but I'm going to use it as my corrector. Put it onto these areas and a little bit around the mouth because I just want to get away from some of those grey kind of areas in my face, and then I'm going to put on my normal concealer. That's one eye done. I'm doing the second now. Just going in with my fingers now to blend it in, and whatever's left I'm going to also add into the top of my eyelids. I'm going in with the concealer now. This is by Estée Lauder and it's the Double Wear Concealer. I'm going to put that into these areas and then I'm going to blend that through with my foundation, which is also by Estée Lauder. I'm going to do a little bit of concealer in certain areas that I feel I need it. I'm just blending that through with my finger because it's a little bit easier. I'm using the Double Wear Estée Lauder foundation in 40C3. This is being colour matched to my skin. I'm using this because it is a high coverage foundation, and the day that I wore this makeup look, I was at a wedding from morning till really late afternoon, and then I went straight on to a job that I had with Bulgari at the Bulgari Hotel, and so I had to make sure that my makeup was consistent throughout the whole day, right into really late evening. So I'm going to go in with a high coverage foundation today because I want everything to stay put and to continue looking the same as I've made it first thing in the morning. So I've taken some of the foundation, I'm just going to pop it here onto my hand, and this just warms it up. And then I've got a flat brush here and I'm going to use that to sort of apply and work that into the skin. And I'm sort of adding it, but I'm kind of blending it through as well, a little bit with everything else. What I like about the flat brushes is that you can really kind of press it in to the skin. I always find that I do need to go back in and just blend it all through with a clean, fluffy sort of foundation brush. I'm going to be using a clean brush to sort of make sure everything is nicely blended through. Depending on what mood I'm feeling like, I may use a beauty blender or I may even use my fingers, but today I'm in the mood for a brush, so that's what I'm going to do now. So this is just a clean brush. This is a Samir Kozami brush, and I'm just going to buff everything through really nicely. And whatever excess is left over, I'm going to take that down into the neck. Don't forget, if you're at a wedding and your ears are showing because you have your hair tied up, make sure you've got foundation on your ears to match up with your skin and your neck. Sometimes I find that ears can be a little bit red if you're hot, or a bit more paler depending on what your skin's like. That's all my foundation done. I'm now going to be putting on powder, and I'm going to be using the Fit Me powder by Maybelline. This is the powder I'm going to be using today. I'm going to set my foundation and all of my base. This is the Fit Me powder by Maybelline in 128. I love this powder because I find it just glides onto the skin. So I'm going in with the under eye area first. Now, because I want my makeup to last even longer for today, I'm going to be setting my foundation now with setting spray. I've got that from L'Oreal, and then I'm going to do a second setting spray again once I've finished my whole makeup. So that gives me a finish to the base and to just make sure that the base lasts throughout the whole day, and then one overall for the whole makeup. It's the Infallible Fixing Mist by L'Oreal. Now for the eyes. Now some of you may prefer to do the eyes before you've done the base, in which case do it as you wish. I prefer to do it this way where I've done my base, I know what I'm working with, and then I'm going to go in with the eyes. But if you feel that it's going to be too much fallout from the eyeshadow when you're doing it, then I'd recommend that you go in with your eyes first, clean everything up, and then go in with your base. I've got the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette here, which I've had for some time. I love this palette because it's got so many colours. And I'm going to go in with this shade, and it's called 100. This was the one that I used on the day. I didn't really use kind of a setting kohl or anything for the smoky eye. I literally went in straight in with this shadow because I felt that it was just so good and pigmented that it was giving me the effect that I wanted it to give me. And I'm going to apply that across the lids. So just looking into my mirror. And that's the basis of the eyeshadow. I'm now going to buff that through with a clean blending brush. I've got a MAC 224 brush here. I'm going to use that and just blend that all softly through. So that's the first eye done, and I'm now going to go in with the second eye. The reason I'm using a flat brush is so that I can press the product in and glide down. It's always best to start from the crease because that gives you your angle to where your starting point is. And I'm going to get my blending brush and just blend that through. I've got these cute spiral buds from MUJI that I love using in my set bag and also when I'm doing my own makeup. So I'm going to use these. I just find they have a smaller sort of tip to them, so you can really kind of angle them. I'm just going to take off any fallback that I've got just around these edges. So I'm going to be going in with the C's and Warning colour and just blending those together and just going to add them into the crease area. But I'm not going to do it as strong as what I've done already with the lid area. So there's just a little bit on the brush and I'm going to sweep that across the crease. Just gives it a slightly warm effect, and then I'm just going to buff that through. I've just got a spoolie here and I'm just going to brush them through. I'm also going to be using the Benefit Cosmetics brow palette and I'm just going to darken them at the front here and perhaps at the end. Shade I'm using is in dark brown. And that's my brows done. I'm going to be using the NYX Cosmetics Epic Ink Liner to create the kind of wing that I want for my eyes, and I'm also then going to put lashes on. I've got my mirror here and I always start in the middle area and work outwards and then bridge in from the inside of the eye. And then just looking closer into my mirror, just going to bring it out. That's one eye done and I'm going in with the second. I'm just swinging it on the outside. I'm going to go in with the Morphe palette and I've got this one that I'm going to be using as kind of a subtle contour. I remember that day I didn't do too much contouring because it was a daytime look and I wanted my eyes to do most of the talking rather than having too much of a chiseled look. But I did want something to be there, but I just wanted it to look quite natural. So I'm just going to angle that and all the way to the top of my ear and then going upwards. And whatever I have as excess, I'm just going to brush into these areas and then just subtly around the nose. I've got this Revolution palette and I'm also going to be using one of the colours in here. I'm going to probably go in with a mix of these two. This is the Sugar and Spice palette. So just onto the apples on my cheek. I've got this Maybelline Master Bronze palette. I'm going to be using this light shade here and I'm going to be adding that into the brow bone area, a little bit onto the dip of the nose, a little bit around the cupid's bow and slightly just above the cheekbone. This allows your eye makeup to just pop. For lashes, I've got the EYLURE number 101, and I'm going to add that onto my lashes now. These are ones that I wear all the time. In terms of the brand, I love EYLURE and the lashes, but these are quite thick. So I want to kind of really sort of make my eyes do a lot of the talking, like I said before. So I just want them to have a fuller and a thicker sort of look to them. So the way I put my eyelashes on is I kind of like as if it's going in for a landing. That's how I kind of like to add them in, and stick them in the middle first and then kind of the ends. I'm not going to cut these ones, by the way, because I think they're the perfect kind of size for me. And just press them in. That's the first eye done, and now the second eye. I'm using an EYLURE eyelash glue here as well. And when I put the glue on, I give it a few seconds for it to dry up before I add them in. And that's my lashes on. I'm now going to blend them through just with some mascara. I've got the Big Colossal Shot by Maybelline mascara. I'm going to put that on now and just blend my own lashes with the mascara and also the eyelashes that I've put on from EYLURE all together. I've got the Rimmel liner here in Cappuccino. I'm going to add that all across my lips because I want my lipstick to stay, and then I'm going to add in a shade after that. I've got this beautiful lipstick by CIATE London, which I'm going to put all across my lips. This colour was reminiscent of the sort of flower colours that I've got in the Sabyasachi Saree, so I wanted my lipstick to absolutely complement the look that I'm putting together today with the whole saree. I've got the Rimmel Soft Kohl eyeliner. I'm going to add that into the waterline at the bottom and also the top. That's my final look done. I'm just going to put some of the fixing mist on again. Guys, this is the final look. I hope you've enjoyed today's video on how I created this makeup look for when I wore my Sabyasachi Saree with colours of teal, sea green and kind of fusions of deep sort of pink purples and plum colours. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and can see how simple enough it is to do a smoky eye using eyeshadows that are nicely pigmented and that aren't necessarily your usual kind of black or brown smoky eyes. I've enjoyed doing this video for you. You can catch behind the scenes footage on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. And recently I've also joined onto TikTok, so you can find me there. Take care and I'll see you next time. Bye.